Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. We do a lot of smartwatch reviews here, as I'm sure you know, and many and the newest devices are health-focused. They include the ability to check electrocardiograms, ECGs, or EKG. You see it both ways. Same thing, one's a German spelling. They also claim to do blood pressure readings. Yep, and they do blood oxygen as well. And you'll always hear me say, check it against a calibrated source to make sure the accuracy is on par with what you expect. Well, how many of you have a calibrated device? You will after today. Welcome back to Wellue. Wellue is a company that's produced all of these devices. They're wearables, and they fit into the channel, right? And they are the best of the best. And I'm going to talk about them briefly for you and also show you some excerpts of some of the reviews I've done. The company's Wellue, and if you use this link, gowellue.com, you'll get an automatic 15% discount that I negotiated with them. That's not their normal address. Usually it's getwellue, but we use gowellue. So gowellue.com is exactly the same, goes to the same place, except it comes along with a 15% discount. So tweet it out to your friends, gowellue.com. That's the address, got the discount. Also, this is the link, tinyurl.com, Wellue Reviews, that you can see any of the reviews of the devices that I'm showing you today and a bunch more that I'm not highlighting in this particular review. So what are we going to do? We're going to break this down into categories. We have basic blood pressure cuff type stuff to get really sophisticated, honest readings out of a cuff type system like you would in your doctor's office or hospital. We have ECG, EKG, belt strap things you wear that give you a real ECG chart and can run some of them up to 24 hours, so you can wear it looking for anomalies. We also have a jack-of-all-trades device that does ECG and heart rate and you name it. Some even have temperature in it. But we're going to begin today with this little jewel. After COVID, one of the most important things we look at is blood oxygen and whether or not you have enough going on, especially if you've contracted the virus and are having lung problems with breathing. So this little puppy here is called the SpO2 Ring, and it is really, really sweet. What I'm going to do now is show you like a trailer, just little excerpts from the original review of the SpO2 Ring, and then we'll move on. We're going to unbox the Wellue SpO2 Ring wearable oxygen monitor. One side is a little receiver. The other side is a little light. You see a little red glow in there barely? Now, I use my index finger because it works well. There's a little red glow there. The red light is always on. It doesn't come on and go off, and it's always on. And you'll see when you look at the app why. On the other side is the sensor, and right here, it's pulsing right now, and you see the double lines? That means it's acquiring my blood oxygen at 98%, my heart rate at 74, and it alternates back and forth between those. Here's last night's reading with the ring, and its primary focus is on blood oxygen, heart rate, and motion laying in bed. Doesn't go anywhere other than that. These little tick marks down here are the times when it vibrated the ring to wake me up, letting me know that there was an issue going on. So I can zoom in on any of these areas. Look what happened to me now. I was getting my good blood oxygen, then it started to get a little bit low, and then boom, I had a dip. Bing, it rang the ring, and that jolted me enough up that I started breathing, I guess, again, and so forth, and then another major one, and so forth. And there was a whole series of wake-up notification attempts happening around 11 something or other. Now that's all the stuff related to blood oxygen. You also can set heart rate maximum and minimums, and you'll get little markings here if you are dinged on the ring and it vibrates because you exceeded a threshold above or below. But now there's more fun. You see down here, I've got dashboard settings and discover. If I go to dashboard, this is live, folks. This is the live readings on my device. Again, that device, you wear it on your finger, is the O2 Ring. But they've got more advanced systems that they've come up with recently. This one's a combination of finger for the probe and a little thing you wear around your wrist with the unit right on your wrist. Kind of getting close to a smartwatch now. This will do the same kind of thing with transmitted to your app and to a computer screen, and it is called the SleepU. You wear this while you're sleeping to monitor your oxygen levels, just like you would with the Ring. Take it another notch higher and you're into this thing called the Checkmate O2 Max. It's a wrist oxygen monitor, same basic concept, same type of stuff you'll see on the app, and it does all of these things as well. In fact, are you with me? These are the products that Wellue currently offers. We are in the oximeter section there. And these are other ones that I haven't even reviewed. You also have blood pressure monitoring coming up next. You've got other products that they do for babies, and you even have full-on EKG machines, 12 lead. This is a major company, gang. You got PAP machines. You got all the stuff for medical. And then in consumer, you've also got the continuous oxygen monitoring. Here we go, the O2 Ring, the SleepU, all of that. ECG, EKG monitoring, we'll show you some of those, and then wireless handheld ultrasounds are available as well. I wanted to show you one of the most advanced, newest cuffs on the market that not only will give you a solid reading of your blood pressure automatically and remotely as well as on the screen here, but it can also perform ECG analysis as well. The plates on either end are what you use for ECG, and I can collect it directly from here. If I wanted to do blood pressure, I would press the start button. If I want to do ECG or look at the history, I would press here. So I want to do an ECG. I'm going to press it. I touch here, and all of a sudden, right on the screen of this device, you start seeing the heart wave show up. And there's a little thermometer bar below it that is accumulating time. It's about a 30-second test, and it shows you your ECG-derived heart rate next to it. And I'm beating it about 74, 75 right now. We'll let this complete, and then I want to show you what it does over on the phone app. Okay. It gives you your height ratio at the beginning and the overall chart. And I touch it, and I can make it bigger. I touch it again, I can make it really small. So it has 3 different ranges of display, and I can tap here and make it really large. But it should pump up to about 200, maybe a little lower. I hear the motor going. I don't know if you do. It's getting tight. Yeah. Okay, went to about 190. The flashing heart is the heart rate it's picking up, the beats. It's letting the air out automatically. It's not showing me a heart rate on the display, just the current pressure. And taking a while, a little longer than mechanical ones. There, okay. Oh yeah, 154 over 102 with a heart rate of 77. That's excessive, and I don't buy it. I think it's simply because it's in the wrong position for me. And here we go. When I tap on it now, I get a chart that's showing where it is and the value with the heart pulse rate and map, pulse pressure. And it's slightly in the red zone on this one. I could write a note, I could change the name of it, I could throw it away, and I can export it. And any of these, here's some earlier ones when I really was relaxed, way down in the green zone. And last thing, it said for history, hold this for 2 seconds. And here you go. I've got next, there's the most current reading. And then there was the ECG that I did before that. We did that on, oh, look at that. And it even plays it for you. I have 9 total readings in here. There's an earlier blood pressure. We showed you that. Here's an earlier ECG that I did. And that's what that waveform looks like. gowellue.com will get you there and get you a 15% discount. It's designed for measuring blood pressure and handling ECG and being able to integrate those and transfer them over to a phone app and, of course, from there to your doctor if you need to. Just in case you don't need the full-on sophistication of a blood pressure cuff with ECG and everything else, but you still want wireless capability to be able to transmit the values that you get from a simple old-fashioned style reading. There's a release valve here we'll use here in a second at the end, and just hit the start.
Start pumping.
There's a lady's voice, comes on, guides you through this. We pump up to over 200, and then we sit silently while it counts down. You'll see the heart wave right down here at the bottom as it starts to read it, and that'll start vibrating. There you go. And I'm definitely not in the right position for doing this. Released it by just pressing here. Got an insane incorrect blood pressure. When I do this properly, I sit and I do it 3 times at the table quietly to get a really good baseline heart rate, blood pressure. My beats per minute is over here, systolic, diastolic. I'm definitely in the bad zone, it says. But I'm not really. I will be checking it officially after this to confirm that. You can go over here to history. This is a typical reading. This is what I did earlier. And yeah, I'm in the yellow zone there. So you have a history. And if you get a bogus one that you don't believe is correct, you can just throw it away. Yep, the Wellue Air BP, the basic blood pressure cuff, and the smart blood pressure monitor with EKG or ECG. You can get it without it if you want to and have this unit on your arm for only $10 more than the basic cuff. Again, Bluetooth transmission and all your data stored and visible on the screen. Or you can add the ECG for a little bit more and, of course, have all that capability as well. Cool, huh? Well, there's even more. I haven't even seen this product yet. You take your cuff, you combine it now with blood oxygen, continuous reading of blood oxygen, so you could wear it and have it on your finger and then do your blood pressure reading, all for about $150. They're really trying to nail down the 2 most important things that you need to monitor while you're evaluating COVID recovery. Now, blood pressure is cuff-oriented, and I've got the cuff back on again. So what I'm going to do is hit this. I'm going to go in as Mr. Tix. You see that? And now it's searching to find it. So I'm going to take the unit. I'm going to turn the button on. Watch it. There it is. It got itself connected. Connecting up to it. Blue light here. And there we go. It says place the cuff on your upper arm and start. Cuff is on the upper arm and start. Now, it just says in writing, start pumping until new instruction, which I'm going to do. It's showing you the value of pressure. I shouldn't be holding it. I should be resting. Stop pumping. I shouldn't be talking, but I am. So again, I'll probably get a bogus reading. Sorry, guys, but this is just to demo how the process works. Just like we saw in the app, it's counting down, but we don't see the waveform. There we go, 160 over 100. I can press the release. You always want to remember to do that right away. And it's giving the report that I'm in a high range blood pressure. So good that I got an anomalous reading, but bad if it's true of Mr. Tick's health. So you've got this gowellue device that does temperature right here with a probe. I could put it to my forehead, but I'll put it here to my hand instead. It's the infrared type of a reading, and it'll give you body temperature. All right, what about that box you were looking at the end? The fun thing that did all this stuff, yeah? Including plugging the cuff in and getting your blood pressure. Well, here it is, called the Checkmate Doctor Vital Sign Monitor. It's a bit pricey, and you can get a suite with all this other stuff that you can use as well if you are in the medical field or a high-end consumer that really wants the best. This is the unit to get. Now, understanding that it's a little expensive for most folks, they have released a thing called a Checkmate Lite. It's a lighter version of what you just saw. You still have the finger for the blood oxygen. Well, let me show you the excerpt from the review. It's called the Checkmate Lite. Viatom is a company, and it's marketed to us from Wellue, who has brought us all the other good stuff here. Pulse, ECG, heart rate, health tracker, ECG recorder, pulse oximeter, review your data, and overall settings. We start in here and see you can set up Bluetooth. You have volume on it so you can raise it or lower it, and brightness. It's really bright already, actually. Date and time to fix that. An overall voice guide on this one. Language. Blood pressure calibration. The ECG bandwidth is normal. Checking it for software update, erase data, factory reset. Send the data to the PC, and an overall about. Let's do the ECG recording. Lead one, step one, to me is the easiest one to do. You have a plate in the back, a plate here, and you're going to pinch these puppies. And as soon as you touch it to your hand right here in lead one, it's going to go. And when it does, oh, it's actually talking to me right there. It was telling me what to do, but the volume was really low. The heart wave, if any of you are trained in that, looks irregular. Granted, okay, my QRS is 98 milliseconds, and it's not going to tell me what is irregular on it. It's just going to say it's irregular. Parameters, heart rate should be here. QRS interval should be there. There is the date and time, and I could come back and look at it at any time, or I could throw it away, or I can replay it again. Get back to the front, and now we do the blood oxygen. I insert my finger in the system, in the sensor. That's easy. For me, the relax part is hard. Now, if you notice, there's a red diode at the top, and it appears to be shining through my finger, and it's getting the... and it's beeping as well. And we're getting a totally different kind of waveform there. I'm getting pulse off of this one as well, but it's primarily analyzing and giving me my blood oxygen, which I also expect to be a bit low because I'm rhythmic breathing right now and not deeply. So I got low blood oxygen. Daily check is a quick thing that lets me do all at once as long as I stick my finger in here. I hold the plates like this, and I touch that to my hand, and I go, Om. There we go. Heart wave at the top. Blood oxygen down below. Pulse in the lower right-hand corner. Percentage at 97 of my blood oxygen, I presume. And the orange bar showing me the time duration of the 20-second analysis. And I got normal blood oxygen this time, and I got an irregular ECG rhythm here, and it's available for playback anytime right here. So now you've seen the data on the device. How about moving the data off the device? Well, 3 different ways at least for doing that: to an Android app, to a PC, or to a Macintosh. Tap this button, and there I am. I got my ECG chart, and what's really cool, this is saying it's an irregular rhythm, and this is the one with those fancy double peaks that I was getting, which is interesting. I can take this square, I can move it, I can put it down here, for example, double tap it, and it's going to bring me right into the chart at that location, so we could do a deeper analysis of all of this. So I've got the daily checks here. I can come in here and I can go to a separate ECG recorder, and there's a chart from that, or I can go if I've done separate pulse oximeter readings, and you get the data right on the screen from within the app. That's the Android app. But then if you are on a computer, you can go to download PC software, or in this case, Macintosh software, just to show you. The PulseBit Browser Pro, this is from a Mac, from the Apple Store, Mac Store. You simply install it and some representative graphs. You get all of the breakdown of each of your ECG charts shown right next to the entry. So real quick way to locate information. And of course, you can bring up an individual report as well, examine it, send it out, do all. So our final category I want to talk about is the strap-on, or actually strapless, ECG monitoring devices. These things are amazing. This one, very flexible. You can hold it and get an ECG. You can strap it on and get it. Or, as they're trying to promote it, you can wear it with just little suction tabs on your body and get an ECG strapless. Yeah, strap-free, not strapless. It's a big difference. Get in trouble if I try to do strapless on this channel. Strap-free heart rate monitor, about $69 or so. And this is the basic unit. And then there's a much more advanced, very similar looking, it's black instead of white, 24-hour cardiac monitor. So as you watch this little snippet of the first one, remember we've got the second one that also does an artificial intelligence interpretation of your whole 24-hour chart. And if something happened at 3:02 in the morning, it'll let you know. Really advanced. Wow. Okay, this is the right. So when you put it on with this facing out, does that make sense? If you're holding it on you, this will be on the right-hand side. Here's where it's going to snap into stuff that's probably in the box. Let's see what else is in here. We have got the strap itself in here. Oh, yeah. But this should just simply snap on here and snap on here. Okay, it would be right like that. This will make contact with your body and you're good to go. Once you've got it charged up, just adjust the band. Wow, okay, you have got a bag full of these connectors. And my presumption is on these, correct me if I'm wrong, Wellue, because I can use the strap directly, there's nothing to attach here. If instead I want to put these things on and attach this directly to my body under my left nipple, I think is generally where you do it. We'll see if there's a picture for that. You put a couple of these on, peel it off, stick it on, and I guess you could use it a couple of times until the sticky goes away, and then you just throw them away. And you can use plenty more. It just comes with a bunch of them in the bag. Upon first opening, and later I'll go back and start it over and show you how easy it is to connect. Upon first starting it, you get it connected. Now look at all of this. It's bringing in last night's readings because I wore it to bed last night. And this is all the stuff I messed around with yesterday. This is 5 hours, almost 6 hours worth of time wearing it last night. And this is the heart rate chart that I get for that whole session. So I was a bit wrong when I told you that it's like 30 minutes per session. You can literally wear the thing all night. And what's fun is you can expand this thing out, and it's telling you the time into the process, not the clock time, but that this was 4 hours and some odd minutes into when I started this. I don't believe it's 4 a.m. I don't think it's tracking a clock. But you can go in and mess around with this and zoom in on different peaks. That is this type of a chart, which are these archived session diagrams. Then you have these other kind here, like this, that have a little squiggle on it, a heart rate like squiggle, and I'll just show you that one quickly. When I come in here, these are the actual ECG charts. This is a recording, and these are every minute, and this was a 7-minute test. So my first one, and I called it climbing stairs because that's what I did to test it out. It shows you the heart rate, from the ECG, and I believe was up along minute 5, 6. Yeah, here we go. Average heart rate was 99 on the 5th minute. Now, let's take that one a little bit further spread apart. If I touch it, I can expand it really big so that you can kind of see a little bit more of the fine stuff. If I touch it again, it goes down to a really small chart. So you have 3 levels. 1, 2 is the average one, and then 3 of amplification. It gets real noisy here because they're too close together. But if you just want to get an overall feel for it, you've got it right there. So that's the analysis when you do one like this. I can hit that magnifying glass and get you a really nice chart. When I go to the dashboard, here's where it gets fun. Now, it live is recording or is bringing in the data happening in my chest right at the moment. This is the heart rate as calculated by the distance between the peaks divided by time and averaged out. It's showing me in the green zone my targets, which are settable, 120 and 150. If I'm above that, the band will vibrate lightly and I'll know I've entered my training zone, for example. If it goes above 150, it'll vibrate loudly or strongly. This will change colors, and then I know I'm in my anaerobic zone if I've set it for that. Okay, I got about 41 seconds. I'm going to hit stop. It's saving it. And it's transmitting that from the band, I guess, back here, or maybe it already had it. Go back to history, and here's what we just recorded right here on the chart. I can turn it sideways, I can magnify it, I can add a note, I can send it out as a PDF. All of those things are capable. So there you go, guys. Whether it's for you, for a family member, a holiday gift, or just something you'd like to have in your inventory along with a thermometer you keep in the medicine chest, these are the products that you'll go to for actual reference data. Oxygen monitors, ECG monitors, and more. And using the link gowellue.com, you'll get 15% discount when you put your stuff in your shopping cart and check out. Any of these you want to see the reviews of? We got them for you. This is a full playlist. So just look through the list of the device you want. There's little thumbnails in the description. tinyurl.com/Wellue reviews. Thanks for watching, everybody. We are moving fast into the holiday season 2021, and they do recommend shopping early, which is why we're putting this up at the beginning of November instead of around Black Friday. And I hope you'll be able to take advantage of some of these great offers. We'll see you again soon.